Well, let's get to our last division, and then we'll get to our playoff prediction. And we'll probably zoom through that because we've kind of given all our explanations on the team. So we'll kind of just pick and see how we kind of are feeling. But the AFC West, this may be the best division in the AFC. Let's start it off. Let's talk about the Denver Broncos. Made the playoffs last year, kind of surprisingly. They just re-signed Courtland Sutton. Big contract for an old guy. And that maybe was what has messed Terry McLaurin up. I don't know. But you get RJ Harvey out the draft. You sign J.K. Dobbins. Bo Nix looked good. Sean Payton, he's a good coach. What can I say? And their defense is really solid. I think they're going to be really good this year, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to progress and continue growing, but I don't necessarily think that's going to show in their win-loss record.
It will. This is going to be a very good team. And Courtland Sutton, not too old yet. That man has still got it. He is the perfect veteran receiver for young Bo Nix. I will just say, Bo Nix, man, me doing radio in the state of Alabama when he was a freshman at Auburn, the things people said about that man was rough. And maybe I got roped into saying some things that who knows, man, but it was rough. People were critical of him when he was a freshman at Auburn. And the fact that he is a starting quarterback on a good team in the NFL, nobody, you can't get anybody to admit they would have said that when he was a freshman at Auburn. It's just, I'll say that. But this team is well-rounded. This team is going to be a playoff team, and they won't just eke into the playoffs, I don't think. I think this team defensively, they've got some of the best players in the league on their defense. Pat Surtain, Nick Bonito off the edge. I mean, they've got guys that are some of the best in the league. I'm a huge believer. I think this year of Bo Nix is he's got the kind of players around him too. Another situation like Drake May, you're on a good team. You're on a well-coached team. You're on a veteran-led team as well, to where you don't have to be hero, but Bo Nix can be if they need him to be. I mean, the things that he pulled off last year were incredible. I think the addition of guys like Dre Greenlaw on defense from the 49ers and Evan Ingram, if you need a tight end in fantasy football, get Evan Ingram. I think that he has got J.K. Dobbins, if he can stay healthy, is the perfect thing to help this team develop R.J. Harvey, the rookie that people like a lot. But a healthy J.K. Dobbins will show who he was, man. He has dealt with more injuries than a lot of running backs. And when he's on the field, he's special. And even at, maybe 26, 27 he is now after a bunch of injuries, I still think he is the perfect piece that they can lean on heavily. And just hopefully he stays healthy. But I'm a huge fan of this defense as well. I think that they're looking good. I'm excited to see Denver.
All right, let's go to our next team in the AFC West. How about the Las Vegas Raiders? Tom Brady, he's now a member of the Raiders, are always rocking Raiders gear. It's a bit odd, but Tampa Bay was on. I guess we got used to it. But you got Ashton Genty now, the new running back. Brock Bowers is out there. Geno Smith, new quarterback. Pete Carroll, they let him out of the janitor's closet over there in Seattle. Chip Kelly leaving UCLA to come join him in Vegas. Max Crosby, he's still there as well. I think the Raiders are going to show flashes, but I think this division is just too good. They're not going to make the playoffs or anything. But I think we're going to be all bought into Genty, all bought into continuing to buy into Bowers. And I think that Pete Carroll's going to show that he's still got the juice. And I think maybe the Raiders win 7-8 games, but I think it'll be a fun ride. But I don't think it's playoffs just yet. But if it were to happen, I wouldn't be that surprised.
They've got a tough schedule. I mean, they start the season out of their division. I mean, with the Patriots, with the Commanders, they've got a tough schedule. But it's going to be hard for them to win a division game. I mean, it's going to be very hard for them to win a division game. But that does not mean they're not going to be entertaining. I think Pete Carroll, you watch him at practice, you watch him talk, that man still got it. I mean, he acts like he's 35. But you know, I love some of the talent on this team. We'll see about Genty. Obviously, that's probably what you want to be a focal point of your offense is leaning on this highly drafted running back. The average yardage, the yards per carry in the preseason, not so hot. We'll see if that means anything or not. We'll see if that means anything or not. But there's a lot of talent. I think that Geno Smith is a really good quarterback. He brings you something that Aiden O'Connell couldn't. You know what I mean? This is a solid guy that has weapons to throw to. Jacoby Myers is a wide receiver one in this league. I mean, he's really good. But then adding talent around him, Trey Tucker, Dante Thornton, a rookie to keep your eye on. The guy I like a lot. There's only been three guys ever to be 6'5" and run. What was it? I think under a 4.3. That would be Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, and Dante Thornton. He's already getting reps. He's starting in the preseason with the starters, getting first team reps. And again, you and I are going to talk a lot coming from this angle of having a fantasy team in a deep ass dynasty league. So yeah. I that's why I love Dante Thornton. I think he's going to be an impact player eventually, but they're exciting. I mean, defense is always a question with the Raiders. It's been kind of brutal over the past few years, but they've tried to make some additions there. I think they're going to give up a lot of points, but they're going to score a lot of points. They're going to be fun, and we get Pete Carroll on the sidelines.
That's right. All right, let's talk about the Chargers over there with Jim Harbaugh. Win total there at 9.5. They just lost their right tackle, their left tackle for the entire year, off a torn ACL. They got Omarion Hampton, who they took in the first round. They also have Najee Harris, who probably will have regained his sight by the time the NFL season gets here, I think. But Keenan Allen's back. You got Ladd McConkey. The defense is solid. The offensive line is solid. They looked solid last year. The Harbaughs just do not coach bad teams. They coach good teams. Justin Herbert is a top 10 talent at quarterback. And I don't think that it's that he's really making any boneheaded plays or anything. I just think for some reason, I think he just gets a bad draw of the cards a lot of the times. I think this year the Chargers are going to keep growing from what they did last year, and I think that the Chargers are going to win this division.
Oh, come on. I don't think that. I think they're the Chargers. They're going to be as good as the Chargers are, and it's just tough for them. They're going to be in the best division in football. They're not going to win this division. We'll see what Najee Harris looks like when he gets there. But I think whatever that is, the focus needs to be Omarion Hampton. This man is special. You want to get him on the field heavily from the very beginning. The rookie wide receivers, Trey Harris and Keandre Lambert-Smith, they've been playing a lot in the preseason, looking pretty good. And Keenan Allen, another guy. We've talked about DeAndre Hopkins. We've talked about
Trey Harris too.
Right. Yep. So
second round pick.
Right. Yep. Quentin Johnston is the guy. I don't know how he's still employed by this football team. All we see is him dropping everything thrown at him, but he is still a receiver for this team. But I mean, look, they've got talent. I just think they're going to succumb to the best division in football and not live up. I do believe in Harbaugh, though. I mean, I do believe he is the perfect coach for this team. I really do. I just think that I really don't have terrible things to say about this team. I just happen to like Denver more than them.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about the last team in the division, the Kansas City Chiefs. They just were in the Super Bowl. Their win total is the highest in the division at 11.5. I'm fading the Chiefs, though. I think Rashee Rice is going to look good. I think Pacheco will look fine. Xavier Worthy, he's so hit and miss to me. If we're talking fantasy, he's such a 20 points 1 week, 2 points the next. Travis Kelce, I think he's lost a step. This is going to be his final year. You're coming off the hangover that is losing a Super Bowl in the blowout fashion that it was. I think the Chiefs are, I mean, last year I didn't think they looked good. And then, they won 15 games? I think this year it'll be about the same feeling, but I think this year they probably win 10. And I think maybe we start to ask questions, what happens after Kelce? And I think if Rashee Rice wasn't probably going to get suspended, which is what I'm predicting, maybe it'd be a bit different. But I don't know if they're going to be relying on Kareem Hunt. I don't know. I'm just the defense will be fine, but the offense I didn't think was that good last year, and I think it might even just take a step back again, but still be good enough to make the playoffs. But not.
I agree with you, but they're going to require more help yet again to make the playoffs, which they'll get, and they will make the playoffs. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard not to believe every damn conspiracy theory we hear about the Chiefs when you watch their games. It is brutal to watch a Chiefs game. I don't care. I hate it. That is you're watching a different game when the Chiefs are playing. You just are. And it is tiresome. And we're sick of it. But the players they have, we'll talk just about that. Rashee Rice, he will be suspended. Why it isn't to start the season, ask about that too, because that's crazy to me. But it's just players that you're having to rely on. Pacheco, can he stay healthy? The man runs more violently than anybody in the league, maybe, but that takes a toll on his health. And Mahomes, he seems to, whether it's tweaking an ankle here or there, there's health concerns with the star offensive players on this team, and I'm with you. I'm kind of right with you. I'm fading them as well. I think the fall off hopefully is coming soon. I think most people might want that, but I just think you have to be realistic about it and what they've looked like. I mean, has the offensive line been great? I don't think so. And
they lost a lot of their offensive linemen. I think one to Chicago in the trade, right? Didn't they trade one of their linemen over to Chicago? So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. The Chiefs are still going to be fine because of the Chiefs, because it's Andy Reid, because it's Mahomes. But it's not going to be – it has been the Chiefs of old for a minute. But I think it's really not going to be this year.